I'm Ronnie. And oh, wow! I got a balloon. Woohoo! Thank you. Who gave me a balloon? I got a balloon. I got a balloon. I'm so happy. Balloons are the best, yeah? You can hit people on the head with them and just have a really great time with a balloon. But there's something that I need to talk to you guys about. Something quite serious, actually. A lot of people ask me about very formal English, changing their formal vocabulary into less formal or informal, or even if you wanted to, you could say slang, but it's not really slang. Unfortunately, I've noticed that what we do with our English language is we completely dumb it down. If you dumb something down, it means you make it easier. Or dumber, no. And what happens is we take beautiful verbs that you might have in your language that are very similar, and we just replace them with the verb get or got. So people who are learning English find it really difficult because native speakers always say got. I got this. Did you get it? Oh, I got this. But actually, got has many different meanings, and we're replacing our verbs with one verb. So, hey, this gets easier. Maybe you can replace all of the verbs with got. Nah, it's not going to work. But I'm going to teach you really, really specific examples that I hear all the time. In the reverse, if you think that maybe your English is a little bit informal and you would like to focus on learning more formal English, you can replace your wonderful use of the verb got or get to more exclusive verbs. So let's go. Formal to informal, featuring the verb get. And first of all, we have to look at the forms of the verb get. In the simple present, we have get. The past tense is got. So I got a balloon. The past participle, which we would use with present perfect or past perfect, or in the passive voice, we would say gotten. You can also just say got. Trick. And we can also use it with ing if we use an adjective. For example, I can say, I'm getting a cold. Maybe tomorrow, getting a cold, but I got a balloon. Oh, yeah, I got a balloon. Okay, calm down, Ronnie. Concentrate. So, you guys will say something like, oh, yesterday I received an email. And I'll be like, did you get my email? So, instead of the word received for an email or a letter, we would say got. Now notice this is the past tense. So we'd say, I got an email. She bought a ticket. Look at this pronunciation. Be careful. It looks like Bogota, but it's actually just bought. You can remember it like robot. So in informal English, we don't say, oh, I went online and I bought a ticket. We would say, I got a ticket. This one is a very, very common one that, it freaks me out how often people use this. People say, they arrived home at 7. Oh, you mean you got home at 7? Because that's how I would say it more naturally. So you can definitely say these verbs, received, bought, arrived, but you have to understand that native speakers, we replace with the verb got, because all of these are past tense, okay? So be careful of your tenses. This is an example of using the negative, okay? So I can say, he didn't understand the joke. But I would say, oh, you know what? He didn't get my joke. Remember, when you're using the negative in the past, your verb is going to be still the simple present. So we're going to say, he didn't get the joke. Maybe the joke wasn't funny. Okay, this is fun too. I developed a rash. So a rash is Hello, balloon. A rash is when your skin, when it gets really itchy and red spots and you gotta scratch it. That's a rash. You can also develop a tan. Or like me, you can get a sunburn. So a tan is when the sun makes your skin darker, which most people like. I'm a vampire though, right? So I don't get a tan. So very formally, we'd say, I developed a tan. I developed a rash from eating too many pistachios. But normally, in very informal English, we would say, oh, I got a rash from eating all the nuts. This is an example of when we're using an adjective. Now, this is a verb, a rash, a tan, the joke. These guys are all nouns. So be careful with your grammar. You have to say the verb to be. I'm becoming mad. So maybe you're trying to express your emotion. When we talk about our emotions in English are usually adjectives. Hungry, sad, happy. So we wouldn't say, well, you know what? I'm becoming hungry. We would say, I'm getting hungry. So we're going to use the verb in the ing because we're using it with an adjective. So I'm getting hungry. Oh, I'm getting tired. I'm getting bored. I'm going to go play with my balloon. I got to go. Did you get it?